Hey there, it's Mophead and MysteriousVoice,
Hello.
and welcome to the climactic review of the week. Today, and to some of you out there, this is a special treat. I'm looking at you, 59er, looking at you. We are reviewing Just Cause 2, obviously, as you just saw in the titles. And of course, there is many reasons why I want to do this, but I'm not going to tell you about them now. Let's get on with it. And here we go. Just Cause. It's got a simple storyline, but yet a kind of a letdown storyline. You play as Rico, a agency agent, as it were, and you have to cause chaos on a small little island. That's the plus side of it all. But the negative side is it's a crud storyline that goes along with this chaos building. The story is as follows. You play, as I said, as Rico, who then takes the part as Scorpio to pretend he is a mercenary and to do work for illegal factions. Eventually, he discovers that his target is none other than Tom Sheldon, a character from the last game, as I'm led to believe. You hunt down Sheldon, and eventually, as you can see on the level I'm doing right now, you side with him, finding out that actually he's not the one who's gone rogue. It is actually the country that you are in. It's their president that has gone rogue. Baby Pane, as they call him. The reason why he's called Baby Pane is because he's a small little midget, as Rico lovingly keeps calling him Irish Leprechaun or something like that. Then, as the story progresses, it turns out he has found a massive oil supply underneath canal. It then again reveals he has a plan to annihilate every single other country with nuclear missiles. Of course, that's rather easy to do and rather a disappointment to deal with. And also, it's so stereotypical. I mean, come on. It's crap. I mean, you're the guys who come up with Final Fantasy Square Enix. Where's your imagination? Anyway, as I carry on through the review, the gameplay, as you can see, is quite fun and chaotic. You can wield anything from a minigun to a pistol, C4 to grenades, fly anything, drive anything, boats to cars to helicopters to planes. The list is endless of these vehicles and weaponry. And also, as I progress, I have a black market dealer who will give me any weapon I want. Unfortunately, this black market dealer used to be cool. His name was Tom Sheldon. No, his name wasn't Tom Sheldon, it was the Sloth Demon, or Sloth Demon as we say it here in Britain. And, as I said, it turns out it's Tom Sheldon in disguise. Worst twist EU. Conning a friend off of my friend Nobody Gamer 1. As I continue, it then turns out, well, not as it turns out, the missions are fun to play except if you're playing an agency mission. Agency missions are dead boring, because what they end up doing is dragging out for long periods of time. Like this mission I'm doing right now, it took us a whole half an hour to complete, and I was rushing through it, throwing C4 everywhere and anyway. Now, the controls on the game, however, are easy to use. As you can see, I think it's MysteriousVoice who's flying right now, and he's one of the best flyers I know in this game, pilots in this game, because he can bring the plane's wing literally just over the waterline. And the thing is with Just Cause, one of its faults is that you blow up immediately as soon as you come in contact with the floor. E.g., oh no, I need to try waterland. Land in water, blow up. Suck E. As I go on, it has a the controls for the cars are genuinely hard to use. When you use a car, you try to accelerate in one direction and end up power sliding all over the road and trying to regain control. It reminds me of PS2 controls for gaming. Crud. That's what it is. When you try to power slide around the corner, it literally refuses you and goes pain in the ass, as you can imagine. When you're destroying strong, as Mysterious Voice is doing, it tends to be kind of easy but kind of annoying at the same time. You're throwing your grenades and bombs in every direction, creating big booms and stuff that makes you happy. But the negative side is the missile launchers, the SAMs, anything that tries to stop you. And then even then, your own asset is a pain in the butt. Because it is you won't believe this, it's your PDA that is your main bane. When you complete a certain amount of chaos, get a certain amount of chaos points, what you will tend to do is, well, how shall I put this nicely? It stops you from doing anything and you have to look at your PDA. Onto some of the missions. At the moment, I'm doing a race. And this race is one of the most difficult ones because it is nicknamed the Death Race. Because you're going through one of the most heavily guarded military islands possible. And you're literally driving right the way round it. And it's extremely hard, as you can see, because they've popped about 2 of my tyres now. And I'm struggling to maintain control, as you can see.
You're so close.
Also,
you got 1 minute. You got literally like 1 minute half.
You can also see a bit of the controls on the car.
Just don't screw up now. Go on, boost it, man.
These races are entertaining because they take you all over the place. They take you through deserts, across beaches, under bridges, and I mean with the plane races, it takes you under bridges.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
With a couple of boat races, it actually takes you over land, for God's sake. And that's hard to do because you have to make sure you're in the right place at the right time, or you're just going to throw yourself off a bridge and die. Kind of sucks.
No!
The DLCs in this game are numerous and quite plentiful in their way. You get different type of parachutes, you get a parachute that can propulse itself forwards, and many other things. Hey, and of course that's my opinion on, well, Just Cause. Now I'm going to hand over to Mysterious Voice. Here we go.
Hello, this is Mysterious Voice, and I'm going to take off from where Mophead left off with the DLCs. Now, the DLCs in this game are very interesting and fun to use, as they are pretty much weapons and vehicles you can buy to play in-game. For an example, one of the guns you can get, well, it's not really a gun, it's sort of a cannon, and it's an air propulsion cannon which literally fires air, so you can make enemies' vehicles fly using the power of air, which I find most entertaining indeed. One of the vehicles you can buy is the hovercraft, which, as you know, is very useful for going on water and land, but can be very difficult to drive on land. Now I would like to talk about the missions. The missions are very crazy, and quite boring at some point, but they can be quite fun. For instance, the one I am doing right now, as you can see, is I have to drive to, you know what, I really can't remember what to do in this, but it involves me climbing up those towers you can see in the background and pretty much blowing them up, then going back to the vehicle, delivering cargo, loads of other crap like that, which is fun, but it takes ages to do, and yeah, it's very interesting. As you can see, I nearly screwed up there. The missions are very they're very interesting. They do come up with new ideas, but I think some of them are a bit boring. And yeah, this game is very far-fetched. I'll give you an example right now. This mission, in fact, is that, well, the main enemies you fight on this island are apparently World War II veterans are 100 years old, and I'm just thinking that is a bit too far-fetched. They're just men, literally normal dudes running around with guns, and I don't really think that 100-year-old men from World War II will be running around this island with guns and shit like that. The creators of this game could think of something a little bit better and believable for that, because that to me is just a load of bullshit and crap. So it's funny, but it's just really pointless. Yeah. Now I want to talk about the size of this open world game. It holds the world record for being the largest open world game. As you can probably tell, this whole area you can go to, there is no barriers or anything. Everything you can see right now, as you can see now, I'm just jumped off a cliff, you can go to. It's huge, very big. The aspects of this game is, really good. The gameplay is amazing with, just how big the game is. And okay, and now we're at a hovercraft. Yay! As I mentioned previously, this is actually Mophead playing, and he's got, like I said, it's very hard to drive a hovercraft. It's like driving a tuk-tuk on ice or something. It's just ridiculous. So he's just going through this base and destroying everything, and he does very well managing to get through it all.
Oh right, I see.
The concept of this game is very interesting, as the more things you destroy, the more chaos you get. So as you see, destroy something now and you get chaos for it. Now what that represents is totals up your chaos score and progress through the story. So the main concept of it is really that the more chaos you cause, the more likely you're gonna basically get your enemies out of hiding. So you're literally making them come out and show themselves, because you're pretty much destroying the whole freaking land. You're destroying all the military stuff, blowing everything up in your path, and all the destruction you're causing will make them think, we should do something, instead of cowering away in some ridiculous base or something. By the way, a plus note on the concept of this game is the unique tools Rico has on him is 1, a grappling hook, and 2, parachute. Well, you kind of get unlimited parachutes for some reason, which seems quite odd, but still it's awesome. The grappling hook and the parachutes are probably the best thing you could have in this game, as you can jump off and free fall from somewhere, grappling hook onto something, climb buildings, parachute off, and just use the oh my god, grapple hook, I forgot what it's called, the grapple hook, to hook enemies to vehicles, use it for other things and kill enemies with, and civilians. It's just a whole load of fun. It's great. I couldn't imagine something better than grappling hook and a parachute. Just a really good combo. Now I want to talk about the storyline of this game, the main storyline. If I'm honest, personally, I think it's just shit. It's crap. There's no real in-depth story to it, and it kind of bores me a lot, to be honest. And I really don't like the voice acting or characters, because personally I just don't think that's up to scratch either. I mean, if this game didn't have the great concept of grappling and parachuting and open world and destroying everything in its path, then I wouldn't play the game because of the stupid story of it. I mean, this game is brilliant for the gameplay, but when it comes to the main storyline, I just think it's a load of bollocks. Now I would like to talk about the PDA, which is the main little gadget doodah thing where you can view the whole map of the area and call the black market helicopter to drop off weapons and vehicles and extract you to places. And for free, but you have to pay for, weapons and vehicles, obviously. But yeah, the PDA can be is very useful, as it shows the whole map of the area, which I said, and can tell you certain information about places and colonels you kill, and lots of little things. It can annoy some players when the PDA just opens up when the menu of the PDA appears when you've unlocked some new areas, new strongholds to fire, new faction missions, or new things while you're destroying stuff. So it can be annoying. But hey ho, it's still okay. Lastly, I'd like to talk about the main characters in this game. Now, I don't think they're built very great. They haven't got much detail to them, the backstory. The characters don't really give a lot of feel to the player, or especially me. And to be honest, they just make me feel, like whatever. They're just boring. This game could be improved in a lot of ways, but at the same time, it's brilliant. Anyway, as Rick is about to drive the vehicle, I am now going to pass you back to Mophead, and thank you for listening.
That was Just Cause.
Bye-bye.
And now we're here to do the overall summary. I'm here with Mysterious Voice, and we've collaborated, and we've decided on a rating. The rating is 6 out of 10. And there are many reasons for that. One, its controls for driving is sort of terrible, sort of not. Any reasons, Mysterious?
Well, the whole game,
Yeah, just anything that you don't like about it.
the storyline, the voice acting, yeah.
I kind of have to agree with him on that. But the good things are in many, many forms. And we've recorded them back there somewhere, so don't have to worry about it. Right. Mysterious Voice.
Yes.
Are you going to give it a token? I thought so. Unfortunately, I have to agree with him. No! Thank you for watching this overly climactic review. I'm Mophead, and this is... Ready? Go. Oh.